everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I wanted to share a project with you. This is kind of a side project in conjunction with the hashtag Sandy's 13 Weeks Before Halloween 2022. And I was excited about it because I did a tutorial from Kim Can't Stop Crafting, and I'll put a link below to her tutorial on how to use foam core in your Sizzix machine, no less, to create a shaker element. And I had to try it. I had never heard of doing that, and I was like blown away, mind blown, right? So I got a 1/4 inch foam core I had in my craft room. I mean, because like I have everything in my craft room, and I decided to try and make it. So I did. So I'll put a link below so you can see her tutorial with that if you haven't seen it. But I just had to share because once I made the shaker element, and look how cute this is. I mean, it's just absolutely adorable. Once I made it, I was like, what am I going to do with it? So here's what I did with it. A while ago, I was at my local Goodwill because every once in a while, you know, you guys, you can find really cool craft supplies. I mean, I find all kinds of different things, everything from albums to punches. You can find rubber stamps. I mean, whatever you're into. So I just kind of keep checking. And one day when I went in there, I found these 2 Pottery Barn albums, and I picked them up. They were $4 a piece. And I was like, well, one of these days I'm going to figure out what to do with them. Well, this is what I decided to do with them. So before I kind of go into this, I'll just show you. So this one is exactly the same as this one. It's only red, so you guys know I'm going to do something Christmassy with this. But it has a photo frame in the front with a little glass panel, and it's inset. It has a wooden box. It's covered with fabric. And look, $4. I mean, it was crazy sauce. So when you open it up, there's the little pocket so you can put the picture in the front panel. And then you have these leaves that come out. So you have this great, photo album. This you can totally take apart because all you need is a screwdriver to do that. So I did do that so I could put the pages in easier and all that. But I also tore this part off because I wanted to do something a little bit different with here, and I was going to cover up the front with my shaker element anyway. So I decided to get rid of that. It took like a 1/4 inch of space out of the cover. So it's so old, honestly, it just popped right off. So once I did that, then, I decided that I was going to use this as my cover element. So this is the shaker from the tutorial Kim did. I used 1/4 inch foam core board, and let's see, the paper here that I used for my stash is We Are Memory Keepers, and it's called Black Widow. I got this a long time ago at Tuesday Morning, and I don't know what year this came out. I don't see a year, but this is the paper collection that I did use. So I used the paper. I had shaker elements in my stash, so I just put a few in there. I just think it looked really cool. The pom-pom ribbon is from Country Craft Creations, and I also did wrap another skinny piece of ribbon from my stash around the outside just to cover the outside of the foam core. These little bats are food picks that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I just snipped the wood pick off and used a Sharpie to cover the wood piece there and use the bats. And then all of these flowers came from Country Craft Creations as well. They're Prima and Graphic 45. And then can you see the skull and the bone? So check this out. I was just recently at a retreat in Utah with Country Craft Creations where I did get to teach a class, and I got to visit Tammy's new store. OMG. If you guys ever go to Utah, West Haven, you got to check out the store. It is the cutest craft store you have ever seen in your entire life. When I walked in, I just thought I was going to die and go to heaven. Well, while I was there, my visa did take a hit, and I bought a few things. So I did buy some molds. These are from Prima, and they're skull and bones. And then I bought the modeling compound from Prima. It's called modeling material, and I decided I wanted to learn how to play. So these are also available in the store at countrycraftcreations.com if you want to buy that online. But what I ended up doing was I was playing with it because I've never used it before and I wanted to try. So I made one of the bones and I made the skull, and then I just took some acrylic paint from my stash and painted them, and then I used those as decorations as well. So I think the cover like really turned out pretty. And let me show you really quick. I made one more that I haven't used yet, but that's what it looked like when I got done painting it. I put it on a piece of paper so I wouldn't get everything all dirty, and I used a removable glue dot to secure them down on my papers so that they wouldn't kind of move around while I was painting them. But aren't they gorgeous? So then, yeah, I got to playing with them. I haven't finished these, but I'll show you. I did use a glue stick in the silicone mold, and I still need to finish that, but I'm going to paint them or distress them or something, trim them up and everything. But I am in love with those molds. I did get some for Christmas too, so I'll be working on that. Okay, so back to this album. This is a Tim Holtz chipboard piece that I did get also from Country Craft Creations. And when you open up the book, like I told you, I tore that front panel off. And then I had a graphic 45 tag from Country Craft Creations that I just covered it with, and then used one of the pattern papers so you could put a picture here, and then just use a piece of twine from my stash and tied a bow on there. And then, like I said, I didn't have as many papers as I had pages in this album, so I did take it apart and take some of the leaves out. But then what I did was I just put pattern paper on one side and then left the other side open for pictures. Now you could also put pictures here. You could cut them down and then have that, but these fit a 4x6 picture, so I'll just kind of flip through this real fast. But isn't that a fun way to repurpose this and make it your own? So I was pretty excited about it, and the cover is absolutely stunning. And that's, I mean, when I finally realized, oh my gosh, I could use that element that Kim taught us how to make in that tutorial for the cover. I mean, that just made the cover. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Go check out Kim's tutorial. Go check out Country Craft Creations at countrycraftcreations.com. And if you're lucky enough to be in Utah, go check out her store because it is absolutely amazing. So thank you for watching. I will be back soon with more tutorials. Have a great day and stay spooky. Bye-bye.